Welcome to my edible garden. In today's episode, I'll be talking to you about growing watermelons in the UK. I'll be showing you some results of watermelons I grew last year. So, let's get into it, shall we? Watermelons can be grown in the UK. There's a few varieties that I prefer to grow. This variety that I grew is Sugar Baby watermelons, and I planted these in August, and end of October we have watermelons UK, and we're in the London zone. So let me show you what varieties I planted out last year, and I'll give you a from start to finish with the results. So it's the 2nd of June today, and I've decided that I am going to plant out some watermelon. Bit of an experiment because I should have planted these last month in May, but because the postage was delayed, it's happening in June. It is what it is, guys. So first up are my Red Star. These are F1 watermelon, which is a hybrid, and I think there are 5 or 6 seeds in this packet. It's a smaller trailing plant with a smaller kind of sweet fruit as well. They're bred to be disease resistant as well. And Sugar Baby, which produce some nice good sized fruits that weigh up to about 4 kg each. Really nice watermelon, that one. So let's just see how we get on. So this is what the Red Star seeds look like. So these are going to be for the Sugar Baby watermelons. I'm going to pot these up in polystyrene cups, and I've just made a mix of composts. It's a mixture of homemade composts mixed with John Ignis. Let's have a look. I'll show you what compost I managed to get this year. So the Verve multi-compost, and John Irons multi-purpose compost. So we're going to plant these about 1.5 centimeters deep and on their side. So you want to plant them flat like that, plant them on their side. Just helps them, stops them from rotting. Alright, cool. Brilliant. It's on its side. I'm just gently going to push that in. That is all the watermelons. Put it up. So after about 3 days, as you can see, the watermelon started pushing through. And I would say after about 4 to 5 weeks, I started planting them out. As you can see here, I've got 2, 1 planted in each of these buckets. They just continue to grow and grow and grow. Now from this footage here, you can see that I actually trellised them up, which saves you so much ground space. And you're able to support the watermelons as they form, which you'll see later on in the episode, with little hammocks that I made out of tights. Once these little watermelons start forming a bit more, as you can see here, the flowers start producing and opening. Now, these do need to be pollinated by a male flower, which I will show you a bit further down in this episode. We are starting to plump up nicely. There's that one, and there's that one, and over on this one, these 2 just started ballooning out as well. That little one and one this side. They start off tiny. Look, they start off like, oh, they start off like this with their flowers. There's one over here with its flower open. So you got your female flower. It needs to be pollinated by a male flower. The male flowers look like this, look. With no little bump at the bottom of them. It's just a stem and a flower. Whereas These ones you can tell because they have the little lump on the bottom. Let's see if we can find a smaller one. There's some more up here that are flowering. And you can see the difference again with the male flowers. And then the female. Once I had 2 watermelons plumping out on each plant, I cut the little ones off that kept forming after that. This allows the plant to just focus its energy on plumping up the ones that are actually growing instead of producing more watermelons. So I've had to net the watermelons because they're getting really big now. I'll show you, there's that one. And then I'll go around this one. Got their own little hammocks. It's a nice size. Now, and then on this other vine we've got 2 smaller ones starting up. It's like, let's see if you can see that one. And then this smaller one here. By the end of September, the watermelons really started plumping out. A great way of telling when it's time to harvest the watermelon is to look at the tendrils nearest the watermelon plant and see if they've dried out. I'll insert some footage or a picture here so you can see what I mean by the tendrils drying out. Now, unfortunately, we had a windy day and my mum's gone into the garden and the watermelon had been blown off of the plant, which was a clear indication to me that it was more than ready and was ripe. However, this meant that we was unable to get any harvesting footage, and in my excitement, I cut the watermelon before I hit record. So, as you can see here, this is me realising that, oh, I've cut the watermelon and I hadn't hit record, so I had then clicked into action. This was actually one of the sugar baby watermelons, which came out beautifully. Oh my God, I grew a watermelon. Can you tell I was a bit excited there? So if you can see all these seeds, but we're going to save them. That's what I'm going to plant next year. So yes, you can grow watermelons in the UK with absolutely amazing results. This year, 2021, I'm actually planting out sugar baby watermelons, but I've also planted out a variety called Crimson Sweet. So what I'm showing you here is that I've actually planted these seeds on the edge this year. Just a new technique as a way to avoid the seeds rotting, and I just wanted to see how they came up, which they did pretty well. These ones look a little bit leggy because I had them on the windowsill, but I'll be doing more updates and videos as these Crimson Sweet grow and hopefully give you some better tutorials and better footage of me trellising them and actually harvesting them this year. Out of the 2 varieties I grew in 2020, which was the Sugar Baby and Red Star F1, I would highly recommend trying to grow the Sugar Baby. Now, I didn't have great luck with the Red Star F1, and I probably won't try growing that one this year. As I mentioned, I am trying to grow the Crimson Sweet. That is another variety I would recommend, so I will keep you posted on the progress of that during this year. With that being said, why not try growing your own watermelons this year? Why not experiment? You could always plant them up in different things again. Perhaps plant some in a bucket, perhaps plant some in the ground. You could even plant some in a sack. Just give it a go. Even if you live on a balcony, you could actually get away with growing watermelons because you could trail them around the balcony's edge. Thank you for watching this episode of My Edible Garden. In our next episode, I'll be talking to you about growing Tigernuts in the UK. Tigernuts, also known as tufa nuts or chuffer, are little tubers of a sedge grass. I'll also be showing you how to grow these in the UK, with results from a start to finish with footage from the crop that I grew last year. I hope you enjoyed this episode of My Edible Garden. Make sure you click that subscribe button and click that notification bell in order to stay notified when I upload new videos. If you've grown watermelons in the UK, leave me a comment and let me know what variety you've grown. Or if you're growing watermelons this year, leave a comment and let me know what varieties you're growing. And remember to have fun with it. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed.